Greetings, people of the interwebs. It's Dan here, and welcome to your SmackDown live review for February the 21st, 2017. It was live from some place in some arena that I did not bother to write down. I apologize. It's just, I didn't catch that part. I was a little bit busy before SmackDown went on air. I was catching up on the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime. So, anyway, SmackDown Live, February the 21st. Good show, overall. I will say good show. Good main event. Better main event than I was expecting. I was just expecting it to be your normal, customary clusterfuck battle royal. And it started out that way, but then it got pretty good right there near the end. So I will give them credit for that. They actually made a battle royal seem really interesting tonight. So overall, the show was good. We also had a first hour that was dominated by women. Like a first hour that was dominated by women and was produced really well while being dominated by women. It was really, really good. I genuinely enjoyed that first hour of SmackDown tonight, the 6 to 7 o'clock hour. Well, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. It's like 8 p.m. East Coast Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, and like 5 p.m. Pacific Coast Time. And like 2 a.m. GMT, 1 a.m. GMT, something like that for you guys in the UK. I apologize that you need to stay up that late. But regardless, SmackDown, February the 21st, 2017. They opened up the show with a recap of last week's incredible triple threat main event for the WWE title. Whew! That was... Ooh, shaking my desk. I apologize. But that triple threat last week was incredible, perfectly produced. It was incredibly put on by WWE. They put on a great main event last week, and they recapped that at the end of it. And then after that triple threat, they recapped the segment with Randy Orton coming out to Bray Wyatt and saying, "As long as you are the master and I am the servant, I refuse to face you at WrestleMania. I am surrendering my Royal Rumble winner privileges, and I pledge my undying allegiance to you." That's bogus, first off. You're talking about a snake here. Bray Wyatt said himself when Randy Orton first got interested in joining the Wyatts, "You are a snake, sir." I mean, he's nicknamed the Viper for a reason. He will strike you at any time that he damn well pleases. And I feel like it's only a matter of time before that happens. Recap of that great segment with Randy Orton last week. And Randy Orton was actually on the show this week again, also with Bray Wyatt in a really good segment at the end of the show. But Daniel Bryan opens the show, and it was for a very good reason. There were rumors going around that Naomi was injured at the Elimination Chamber because she discussed it like last week on SmackDown and blah, blah, blah. And all I can say after tonight is I really hope that it's something to do with storyline and they put her right back into the title picture and then they have her win it back at WrestleMania. But again, that would just be another short title reign for Alexa Bliss because Alexa Bliss had it for 2 months before it got taken off of her by Naomi, and now she's going to have 6 weeks? But if they decide to go that route, make Naomi be injured and then make her come back just before WrestleMania and then win the title right off her again. I don't feel like it'd be a good move for them to do that. But he comes out and he calls Naomi out. Naomi comes out with the title, walking very gingerly, not being her normal peppy self. She seemed very somber, had a heavy-duty brace on that left knee, I think it was. I can't remember if it was her left knee or her right knee. But she did have a big, heavy-duty brace on one of those knees, and she came out, like I said, just very somber, very downtrodden in her mood, it seemed. And then Daniel Bryan said, "This is the hardest thing that I have ever had to do as a GM. I know what your career's been like. You've scratched, you've clawed, you saw other women who didn't deserve opportunities obtain opportunities that you should have had, and then you finally got your opportunity and you got to the top of the mountain, which is why it gives me great displeasure to have to demand the SmackDown Women's title back from you." Basically, they brought up that old rule in the rule book that only seems to come up in bogus situations where it says the champion must defend the title every 30 days. Yeah, like Dean Ambrose did back in the Shield days when he held the U.S. title for 8 months without defending it? Sure. Way to keep that rule up. But he brought up the whole, I've conferred with the medical doctors, and they've come to the decision that you can't defend it within the next 30 days, so you're going to have to relinquish the title. I don't feel like this is a legit injury, because I feel like if it was a legit injury, Naomi would have come out and taken this whole segment herself. She did take most of it, so they made it seem super realistic, but I still am not buying it. I don't think it's real, or at least I'm hoping it's not real. I hope that it's just part of a storyline, and that it continues to build and build and build all the way up until WrestleMania. So she does indeed hand over the title to Daniel Bryan, rolls out of the ring, clearly upset. The emotion was real. So, I mean, like, that really raises the question, is this a legit injury? I'm simply hoping that it's storyline. Just as she is walking up the ramp, Alexa Bliss's music hits. Oh, perfection, in the words of Alexa Bliss tonight. Alexa came down. She is the best pure bitch on the women's roster, on either brand. There is no competition. Like, screw Charlotte, screw freaking Nia Jax, screw whomever else is on SmackDown right now, screw Natalya. Alexa Bliss is the best pure female heel that they have. She is the baddest bitch on that roster. I am telling you that right now. She is the best one they got. She is, excuse me. I was really hoping that this was storyline, and the fact that Alexa Bliss came down made me think just that little bit more, that it was potentially storyline. And Bryan said, well, it was hard for me to take the title off of Naomi, and it's probably going to be even harder for me to give the title back to you, which is why I'm not going to give the title back to you. He swerved Alexa Bliss real hard live in the middle of the ring. And he said, but since you are someone that came in here ready to fight, and ready to fight right now, because she came out in her gear, and in her new Little Miss Bliss shirt, which is anything looks good on Alexa Bliss, but that in particular. And little 5 Feet of Fury would get a women's title match right then and there on SmackDown. And then Daniel Bryan said, oh, and by the way, here's your opponent. Becky Lynch comes out. So, renewing an old rivalry, and no, this was not nearly as bad as Sasha Banks and Charlotte renewing their rivalry, because this one did not drone on and on and on and on and on and on and on for 3 months too long. Seriously, this one, the rivalry between Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, it started, I think, at No Mercy. I think it was No Mercy. And then it ended at TLC. And they have not faced off since. So, it ended a couple weeks after TLC, whenever they had that steel cage match. For the SmackDown Women's title. Whenever they had that steel cage match, it ended, and so now Becky Lynch came back, and she was decided by the general manager. So you can't really control that if it gets decided by the general manager. But Becky came out. I was super happy to see her. She's mega over. Oh my God, the fans were so happy to see her, to hear that music hit. And then they had a commercial break during the women's title match. Is Kevin Dunn freaking in the back of the truck? Well, Vince, I feel like I don't like women's wrestling. I feel like we should take like 7 commercial breaks in the middle of the match. Screw the women. I hate women's wrestling. Where's Roman Reigns? Where is he? Vince? Freaking Kevin Dunn wanting to take commercial breaks during a women's title match. I swear, no. No. You already took like 3 commercial breaks during the main event later in the night. You couldn't stand to maybe just shift one of those commercial breaks like to somewhere else. You know, like genuinely. And good God, was it just me, or were there more commercials than normal tonight on the show? That was just me. I gotta plug my charger in right quick. Just give me a moment. But yeah, to me, honestly, there were more commercial breaks than normal. I have not remembered, I could not remember the last time that I remember seeing so many commercials. So, I mean, what more can I say? They took commercial breaks during all that. And then soon after the commercial break, this was a really short women's match. Really, really short, especially for a title match. Alexa gave Becky a cheap shot to the throat, rolled her up, got a handful of tights, 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss regains the SmackDown women's title, as JBL put it, fair and square, even though she clearly cheated, you clown. So, great way to get the A show started off. And yes, to the clown that was bugging me on Twitter about SmackDown being the A show, who got benched, by the way, SmackDown is the A show. Coming at me saying that Raw's the A show. Clearly, you missed the months of programming where SmackDown was putting on far superior product to Monday Night Raw. And you missed the weeks in there where SmackDown was beating Raw in the ratings. So, I don't know. But hey, Raw's the A show, right? Even though SmackDown's putting on a far superior product, Raw's the A show, right? Because it has 1,200 episodes and SmackDown only has 900. So it's the A show. Anyway, enough on that rant. Guy got benched for trying to tell me that SmackDown was the B show. Okay, whatever, Vince. Anyway, next up. After the women's title match, Mickey met Alexa on the ramp holding her women's title, and Mickey, you're messing with me so bad. You are not in your late 30s. Like, if you look up Mickie James, I'm pretty sure she's like 38. A 38-year-old woman should not look that good in a half shirt and booty shorts. Like, no. That's not allowed. Like, no. Anyway, Mickey comes out, looks incredible, starts to go after Becky in the ring. Becky gives her a few right hands, and then Mickey bows out kindly, and then walks away to the back, and Becky stands tall in the end, I guess, even though she lost the women's title. I'm assuming that this can only lead to her rivalry with Mickey continuing, which I will take because I'm actually really starting to like these two, like the dynamic that they have. So anyway, that happened. And then throughout the night, they were really invested in this main event. That's why I actually enjoyed the Battle Royal tonight, is because they were so invested in it throughout the show. And throughout the show, all the guys at separate times got a little bit of promo time to pretty much make their case. First off, you had the group of Ambrose, Kalisto, and The Miz. Ambrose pretty much essentially said that he wants Corbin, he wants to break every bone in his body, and that he wants the main event from WrestleMania that was taken from him at the Elimination Chamber. And I'm pretty sure you're forgetting the 2016 Royal Rumble, bro. Main event of WrestleMania 32 was taken from you there as well. Pretty sure you forgot that one. But yeah, he's had the main event of WrestleMania stolen from him twice, and he said that he finally wants to take what is his. And then Kalisto and The Miz just come up with... Kalisto is... No. Do not give this guy any mic time. He's good in the ring. Keep it that way. Don't give the guy any mic time. He's so wooden on the mic. And then Miz was basically just sitting there with Maurice, talking about all his accomplishments, talking about all the TV shows and movies that he starred in, talking about all the... championships that he's won in the WWE, talking about how he main evented WrestleMania 27 and won in one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. Right up there with Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32. Remember? Anyway, they all get promo time. And then we cut from those promos and we get tag team action. And I see Breezango in the ring and I was like, oh, good, Breezango. But then I remembered they got the jobber entrance. The camera came right in on Breezango, already in the ring with the very end of their entrance music playing, and I thought, oh god, they're going to get squashed. Who will they get squashed by today? And it turned out American Alpha came out. American Alpha came down to the ring, and squashed them in about a minute and a half with the Steiner Bulldog. Electric chair from Jordan into the Bulldog, and down goes Tyler Breeze, I believe. And Tyler Breeze, I don't think Tyler Breeze should be taking any pinfalls for this tag team. I feel like when this tag team loses, it should be Fandango taking most of the pinfalls, because Tyler Breeze, I feel like, has major potential in the mid-card or even in the main event. Because, like, you saw him down in NXT. Come on. Like, he was challenging for NXT titles. Although, then again, Neville was an NXT champion. Bo Dallas was an NXT champion. Big E was an NXT champion. Okay, never mind. We won't... No, don't go into past NXT greats that have gone on to failure. We could go on about that for a whole video. But Alpha wins with the Steiner Bulldog. Beautiful. Are they using that as like a secondary finisher? The Steiner Bulldog? I don't know, but regardless, they make it look absolutely beautiful. The Usos came out and ripped a gorgeous promo on American Alpha. Like, I'm speechless right now, and my breath is quickening just from thinking about it. It was so good. Like, if WWE puts this up on their YouTube channel, go and watch it. Essentially what they said is if you start to get the feeling while you go to your hotel room tonight, probably a 2-star, and you go and you sleep in your bed and you cannot get to sleep and your eyes are constantly wide open and you feel a constant feeling that somebody is creeping up behind you and that they're right in your face the whole time, that's not paranoia. That's the Usos. Good stuff. Oh, man. I loved that Usos promo. It was absolutely incredible. They are very underrated on the mic. Whenever they were baby faces and drowning in the old tag team division pre-brand split, they never got mic time. So I'm very glad that the Usos are getting mic time. As I said, very underrated promo. Then the next group of people competing in the main event got promo time. This time it was Styles, Ziggler, Mojo Rawley, and Luke Harper all got promo time. Styles was basically walking through the back, walked up to some random scrub standing there. Probably one of, well, that's Beaver Teeth's friends over there. He's like, hey, man, do you know where I'm going? Do you know where I'm going, man? Bro, come on, do you know where I'm going? And he roughs the guy up a little bit. He's like, I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania. Come on now. Get excited. And then it cut to Ziggler, and Ziggler just got weird. Whoa. He was talking like, oh, well, they think that they can replace me, and, you know, they think that they can try to replace Ziggler, and then he knocks over the green screen behind him. Way to maintain the fourth wall, bro. Knocks down the green screen behind him, and then he goes, replace that, and then walks away. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? Dolph is just getting weird, and I don't really like it. I really don't like it. Where he's going right now, it's scaring me. And then Mojo basically says, oh, well, I've won Battle Royals before, but this one's for WrestleMania, it's for WrestleMania, it's for WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. What was that? What was the, I freaking, never mind, I'm weird, just bear with me. And then they go to Luke Harper, and Luke Harper basically says that he is now free, and that he's no longer under the spell of Bray Wyatt, and now he has the capability to do whatever he wishes, and that involves going to the main event of WrestleMania. Then we had the Nikki versus Natalya Falls Count Anywhere match. This was the match of the night for me. Like, I mean, the main event was great, the main event was really good, but this was easily match of the night. Easily the match of the night was this Nikki Bella versus Natalya Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, for me, I thought it was going to be just bland, boring. It was going to be like, 7-8 minutes, and they were just going to pin by the announcer's table and just 1, 2, 3 finish it in like 7 minutes with hardly any activity happening outside of the ring. No, sir, that is not how it went. They hardly stayed in the ring for any part of this match. They went everywhere real quick. Within about 5 minutes, they were out in the crowd area, back in the area with all of the electrical equipment where Dean Ambrose got deep sixed, but luckily Jack Swagger's cookies were saved. Made with only organic chocolate found from the cocoa plants of the Brazilian forest. 1-800-666-Jack for Jack Swagger Catering. 1-800-JACK-974 for Jack Swagger Catering. You know, he'll bring you his finest stuff from the back. He'll bring you his finest fruits, his finest vegetables with some nice dipping sauces from the catering cart in the back. Anyway, they were back there. I'm not sure if any more of Jack Swagger's cookies or pizzas were back there. Oh, that's another thing. Jack Swagger Catering is now offering pizzas. Whoa. I may need to get one of those the next time they come to Albuquerque for a house show. I may need to, call up Jack Swagger, be like, yo, here you got this new catering business. I hear they got pizza. Bring some over, bro. Bet it can't be any competition for Dion's, but regardless. And if you don't know what Dion's is, then you clearly don't live in this part of the country. Because they're probably the most delicious pizza I've ever had. But anyway, moving on from that. They luckily did not destroy any of Jack Swagger's catering products while they were back with all the electrical equipment and the timekeeping equipment. But this was a great match. It started off really hard-hitting, really brutal. Then they started stripping the announce table. There were constant pinfalls by both Nikki and Natty on the outside. And then Natty started dismantling the announce table. Nikki was up on the ring. Natty went for a powerbomb to Nikki through the announce table. Nikki fought out of it and then picked Natty up and Alabama slammed her on the announce table. And the table didn't break. Whew. That looked rough. And then she pinned her on the table. Like she lifted the leg up and on the table. And the ref counted, but that was for a near fall, kicked out at 2.5. And then the mixed tag match between John Cena and Nikki Bella and The Miz and Maurice was essentially confirmed for WrestleMania tonight. There was another Nikki Bella bump into Maurice. Natty shoved her into this woman cloaked in all black by a black curtain and just shoved this woman into oblivion through the curtain. And the announcers were speculating that it was Maurice, and it turned out that it was. Excuse me. And then they eventually come back out on the stage. Nikki Bella gets Natalya down on the ramp, locks in the Fearless Lock. It's an STF, by the way, which is better than John Cena's. And the spear that she started the match off with, by the way, better than Roman Reigns' spear. It looks like it hurts more. Come on. Come at me. Come at me, you stupid Roman lovers. Come at me, bro. Nikki Bella's spear looks like it hurts more than Roman Reigns. Come on. Anyway, Maurice broke up the Fearless Lock, which is an STF that looks way better than John Cena's. She broke up the Fearless Lock, started beating the crap out of Nikki Bella with something. At first, I thought it was like a light stick. But, I don't know, maybe it was a piece of PVC pipe or something. And then The Miz comes in, is the voice of reason in the situation, pulls Maurice off of Nikki Bella, and then Natalya takes advantage of the Nikki Bella beatdown by Maurice, pins her, 1, 2, 3, match ended very abruptly. But Natalya ends up coming out on top. And again, as I said, the WrestleMania 33 match for Nikki Bella and John Cena versus The Miz and Maurice is pretty much all but confirmed. The rumors that have been swirling around for months now. And then the final bit of hype before the main event, you had Baron Corbin, pretty much saying that he's going to beat the crap out of everybody and go on to main event WrestleMania. And then you had Apollo Crews basically smack-talking Dolph Ziggler the whole time. And he had his promo time. And then Cena entered. Cena entered to his usual reaction of, John Cena sucks, John Cena sucks, that usual stuff during his theme song. And then the Let's Go Cena sucks chants as he got in the ring. And I noticed he said something, because you know that it's normally customary for him to look into the camera and say something before he holds up the Never Give Up towel and throws it and then runs to the ring. He looked in the camera and he said, we got one more shot at this, let's go. Maybe some underlying messages there. I don't know. All I know is he said, we got one more shot at this, let's do it. I don't know, man. That seems like there's some underlying subliminal messaging there attempted by John Cena. And then after John Cena enters, the show cuts. And then just as they're going to commercial, they announce that there will be 2 special guests on Raw next week. Goldberg will be returning to respond to what Kevin Owens said last week. And then Seth Rollins will be coming back. Ooh, I am excited for Seth Rollins to come back, because I'm hoping that the story continues to build between him and Triple H, and that Rollins is capable of making a comeback. Ooh, I'm moving my desk, I apologize. And that Rollins is capable of making a comeback to face Triple H in time for WrestleMania 33. So Goldberg, Rollins will be on Raw next week. That got me a little bit excited. And then they cut back, and they basically had all of the people in with a chance to win this match got entrances. So, like, Apollo Crews did not get an entrance. Kalisto did not get an entrance. Mojo Rawley did not get an entrance. Dolph Ziggler got, like, the last quarter of his entrance music played. But then guys like Corbin, Miz, Cena, Styles, Harper, they all got full entrances. And one thing that I noticed is the Miz came out, but without Maurice. He always comes out with Maurice. But for some reason this time he did not come out with Maurice. And then this Battle Royal started, and it was just an absolute clusterfuck. It was just your normal, bog standard Battle Royal for the first little bit. There was no real moves. It was just your typical Battle Royal shtick, with no real moves. Like I said, just constant elimination attempts for the first several minutes of this match. And then the first elimination actually didn't happen for a while. Mojo was the first one eliminated, and he was eliminated by Baron Corbin. And I think Baron Corbin actually had the most eliminations out of anybody. I think him and Luke Harper were tied with 2 eliminations apiece for the most eliminations in this match. So Corbin was made to look very strong at the start of this Battle Royal. I liked it. So Mojo was eliminated by Corbin. We just had a real quick flurry of eliminations here. Kalisto was then eliminated by a Ziggler superkick. Ziggler was eliminated by Apollo Crews. Good comeuppance for Apollo Crews there. But then Crews was abruptly eliminated by Baron Corbin. Whenever Ziggler went to grab a chair to beat down Kalisto, Crews started looking at him. Corbin took advantage, flipped him over the top rope. So Crews was eliminated by Corbin. And then there was an all-out assault on Kalisto after the match by Dolph Ziggler with a chair. Crews got the hell out of Dodge. He ran away. And Dolph was just still standing there with the chair. And then Miz, everybody else was down. Miz gets up. Cena rolls out of the ring. You got one man in each corner. You got Styles in one corner, Harper in one corner, Corbin in one corner, and somebody else in the other corner. And he goes and he starts mocking Daniel Bryan. He throws up the yes chant. He starts mocking Daniel Bryan's yes chant and goes and does the 4-corner drop kick. He goes to each corner, does a drop kick to every guy. He goes down and starts doing yes kicks to John Cena. Starts doing yes kicks right to John Cena. Cena blocks the final yes kick and eliminates The Miz. That will play an important part later on in the match. And actually right after that, or soon after that, there was a little bit of a lull in the action, and then Cena got up and did his normal superhuman power spot, whatever. I noticed something weird. He did the double German spot with Styles and Ambrose again, but yet earlier in the match, he wasn't able even to get Corbin up on his shoulders for an AA. He just kind of fell underneath Baron Corbin. So I don't quite get that. He was able to do the double German spot with AJ and Dean again, but he was unable to lift up Baron Corbin. I thought that was very weird. But then soon after that, with Cena getting all his shtick in, Miz comes back in because there's no DQs in a Battle Royal. There are no disqualifications, so Miz comes back in, throws Cena over the top rope. The seeds for the mixed tag team match at WrestleMania are planted. You had Nikki bumping into Maurice assaulting Nikki after her match. You had The Miz. You had John Cena eliminating The Miz, and then The Miz coming back after he was already eliminated to eliminate John Cena. So the seeds were definitely planted for the mixed tag match for WrestleMania. It is all but confirmed at this point. And then Corbin actually got eliminated by Dean Ambrose. Ambrose got some good comeuppance on Ambrose, but not for long. Corbin hits a beautiful end of days on Dean Ambrose on the outside. The end of days, Brother Nero. Hits the end of days, beautiful, on the outside, Brother Nero. And he just, and that put Ambrose out of the match for a little bit. And then as Cena got knocked out by The Miz soon after that, soon after Cena got knocked out by The Miz, you just saw The Miz outside doing the "You Can't See Me" chant, doing the "You Can't See Me" taunt to John Cena. So not only was he mocking Daniel Bryan's yes chant and mocking his yes kicks, but he was mocking John Cena's "You Can't See Me" taunt. I thought that was incredible. And it was down to Styles versus Harper, but I actually forgot that Ambrose was still in this match. He crawled back into the ring several minutes after taking that end of days from Baron Corbin on the outside. Then Ambrose got eliminated by a kick to the gut from Luke Harper. He just kind of limply fell to the ground. and then it was down to Styles and Harper. Some incredible sequences. Seriously, like, if you can go back and watch this match, watch it. The ending especially, because there were some incredible sequences, some incredible near falls by both guys. Just unbelievable stuff. And like, Styles was kicking Harper, and he was coming close to falling off. Harper was clubbing Styles with big right hands, and that was, almost, Harper was almost falling off, and Styles was almost falling off. A bunch of really close falls, but then Harper grabs onto Styles and tries to throw him to the floor, and even though God and everybody knows that AJ Styles hit first, this was a really poorly executed spot. God and everybody knew that AJ Styles hit the ground first because he went down feet first. Luke Harper went down on his side. There was no way that Luke Harper hit the ground before AJ Styles. It would not have been possible unless Luke Harper's feet are about 5.5 feet long. There's no way that his feet hit the ground before AJ's did, but yet they still tried to pull this off as a draw. Daniel Bryan came down to the ring and called the match a draw. He said, after conferring with the referees, I have decided to consider this match as a draw, but he says that there will be a winner decided next week. I thought that immediately, right from here, they were just going to go straight to the main event triple threat at WrestleMania. Say it will be AJ Styles versus Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, but no, it was not. And then right after that, you see Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton come up on the Megatron, and Bray Wyatt just starts laughing, and he's just laughing and laughing and laughing for about 10 seconds, and then the show just cuts. Right in the middle of one of Bray Wyatt's classic evil, sadistic cackles, the show cuts. So build some intrigue for next week's show. We get to find out a winner of the 10-man Battle Royal. We get some of the fallout from the Nikki and Natty match, and just, see what's going on with Nikki and Maurice and The Miz and John Cena and blah, 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 blah. See if we finally get the public display of John Cena and Nikki Bella's relationship. So anyway, or at least the public display on WWE television. But anyway, that is it for your SmackDown Live review, February the 21st. Overall, it was a good show. Of course, I loved it more than Monday Night Raw. Anything would have been better than Monday Night Raw. Watching like 3 hours worth of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare would be better than watching Monday Night Raw at the end of the day. So, great show. By far eclipsed Raw, in my opinion. And in anybody who has a brains opinion, it eclipsed Monday Night Raw as well. So regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Do not forget to follow all of my social media links down below. On Twitter at Dan_Punkard, Punkard 99, Dan_Punkard 99 on Twitter. Daniplex99, Daniplex 99 on Snapchat and Instagram. Do not forget to follow me on all of those. And also share the video if you can. Also leave a like down below. And also comment. Tell me what you thought of SmackDown Live. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Did you think it was ugly? I don't care. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. And do not forget to click the little red button down below. Click it now. And subscribe so that you do not miss a video of mine, and also ring the bell so that you can get automatic notifications anytime I do anything on YouTube, whether it be upload a video, like one of your comments, reply to a comment, leave a little love heart on a comment, whatever it may be. You gotta ring the bell if you want to know what I'm doing here on YouTube at any point in time. So regardless, that's all from me. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You guys keep yourself safe, and I'll see you at a later date. Farewell.